It's Sturgis time, and I have an invitation for you. 2 rides, 1 rally. Saturday, we point the bikes east, the Badlands in the morning light, the free ice water at Wall Drug, and a Harley shop that's directly across the street from it. Then on Thursday, we go west, 200 miles into the Black Hills. 6 one-lane tunnels blasted through solid granite, a road that corkscrews over itself, 1,000-head bison herd, and 4 presidents framed in a tunnel, assuming you ride it in the right direction. Last year, I rode alone. This year, you're invited to one or both. We'll go over the details here on today's Graybeard Biker. Greetings and salutations. If you're riding Sturgis this year, this is your official invitation. Twice over. We're hosting 2 group rides this year at Sturgis, and you're welcome to either one or both. Now, you're going to want to watch this episode all the way through so that when we get to the end, you'll have all of the information that you need. If you don't, you might miss some of the things that I say later on, and that won't be good. So, this year's riding invitation. 2 rides during Sturgis Bike Week. Ride 1, Saturday, August 8th, opening weekend, the Badlands and Wall Drugs. Ride 2, Thursday, August 13th, and it's the full Black Hills loop. I'll describe more of each of them in a minute, but both days, kickstands up at 8 a.m. sharp, and we roll out of Camp Easy Ride at the legendary Sturgis Buffalo Chip. Now, if you're staying at the Chip, or if you have purchased access to the Buffalo Chip, even if you aren't staying there, you can't miss us. Just come to the Camp Easy Ride compound. Now, if you're staying elsewhere, anywhere else other than the Buffalo Chip or Camp Easy Ride, you're still invited to come. You'll just have to meet us outside the gated entrance to the Buffalo Chip. So make sure that you're following us on social media. That's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And on Friday, August 7th, I will show you where to meet us, so you know what it looks like. On each platform, it's Graybeard Biker. And that's where we give real-time updates when we're on the road. So if you want to go on the ride, but you don't have access to Buffalo Chip, you haven't bought a bracelet, you're still invited. But you need to watch our social media feed so that I can show you where to be when we come out of Camp Easy Ride at the Buffalo Chip. Now, everyone, show up a little early. Tanks topped off the night before, and let's meet each other before we roll out. I'll have a riders meeting with everyone before we leave Camp Easy Ride. And if people are coming from the outside, I will dismount and have a riders meeting with them quickly. And then we'll jump back on the road. Now, let's talk about the 2 rides. Ride 1, Saturday, August 8th, Badlands and Wall Drugs. Saturday is the easier day of the 2. It's the quicker day of the 2. It's built that way on purpose. It's about 225 miles, and then we're back at the Buffalo Chip by late afternoon with your whole evening free for whatever the Chips got on stage that night. We'll head out to go east of Rapid City on Highway 44. It's an empty prairie 2-lane that most rally traffic never touches. We'll go through the genuine ghost town of Scenic and into Badlands National Park at their interior entrance. Then we ride the Badlands Loop east to west in the morning light, before the afternoon really kind of turns up the heat and that place becomes resembling a furnace or desert. We have the Door Trail, where you walk straight through a break in the Badlands wall and stand inside the formations. Panorama Point, the yellow mounds, which look like no other place in the park. Pinnacles overlook. You can keep your eyes on the ridgeline and you might see some bighorn sheep. This is bighorn country. Then we run north into Wall for the classics. Lunch at Wall Drug, the free ice water, 5-cent coffee and donuts, all of it. And then right across the street is Badlands Harley Davidson, where you can get a t-shirt, pin, poker chip, what have you. That's a 2-for-1 stop on the same block, so we'll spend a little time there. Now, if you want to look, if you want to know what to expect, here is last year's episode where I rode this ride solo. If you want to be surprised and enjoy not just the beauty, but the newness of the ride, you can wait and then compare your experience with it after the ride. Then, on the ride home, we have an option. If no one is feeling pressure to get back to Buffalo Chip right away, we can stop at Black Hills Harley Davidson on exit 55. It's a big one. Lots of vendors, both sides of the street, plus the dealership itself. Sits about a minute off the interstate on our way back. Now, we'll take a group vote at lunch while we're at Wall Drugs, and if the group is feeling it, we will stop. If not, we'll ride right by and you're back at the Buffalo Chip with the whole evening ahead of you. Now, ride 2 is Thursday, August 13th, the Black Hills Loop. This one has parts that you've heard about. Thursday is the big one. It is a full day's ride, about 200 miles, so less than the first day, but it's an entire day. We're giving it the whole day on purpose. This is not a head-down highway run. We never touch the interstate, not 1 mile of I-90 all day. It's back roads, park roads, canyon roads, with time built in for us to get off the bike, take pictures, and actually see the Black Hills. Here's what the day looks like. We drop out of Sturgis through Vanocker Canyon, 17 miles of forested sweepers before most of the rally is even going to be awake. From there, it's past Pactola Reservoir, the biggest lake in the hills, and a quick fuel stop so everyone can top off before we get going, because there won't be another fuel option until the end of the ride. And then the main course begins. Needles Highway, 14 miles winding through granite spires, including the Needles Eye, the tightest tunnel on the route. 8 feet high, cut into solid rock next to the formation that named the entire road. We'll stop at Sylvan Lake and we'll pull off again at Cathedral Spires for the best granite view in all of South Dakota. Then it's Wildlife Loop, 18 miles through Custer State Park, open prairie, home to one of the biggest bison herds in the country. Prairie dogs, pronghorn, the famous begging burros, and if the bison herd is nearby, well, we'll pull off so folks can see them, take photos, whatever. It's all part of the show. Then it's on to Iron Mountain Road, south to north. That part's important. 314 curves, 3 pigtail bridges where the road literally spirals over itself, 3 one-lane tunnels, and riding in this direction, Mount Rushmore is framed dead center in those tunnels as you ride through them. We'll stop at the Norbic Overlook for the full panorama, and we may stop to shoot every tunnel, and even one of the pigtails. We'll talk about how photo motivated the group is when we're in the writers meeting. Then we finish the main run at Mount Rushmore itself. Here you can have a late lunch at the memorial, and yes, the famous ice cream is there, vanilla, made from Thomas Jefferson's own recipe. The ride home is the quiet way that nobody tells you about. Fresh pavement through the backcountry past Rockford with an optional stop at Moonshine Gulch Saloon if we're interested. That's a 100-year-old bar in a town of maybe 25 people. Then there's Deadwood and the Boulder Canyon Sweepers back to Sturgis. Now, many of you have already seen this loop because I rode it last year solo, and I put the whole thing on the channel. This video is going to be linked right up here. The episode where we did this loop, right here. The link's also down in the description. And if you want to know exactly what you're signing up for, go watch it. And if you want the newness and the excitement that that brings, you can wait and watch it after you've been. But even if you go and watch it, you aren't sure if you want to go until you watch the episodes. I'll tell you, experiencing it and seeing it on the video aren't going to be the same thing. You can't watch the video and get the full picture, the full experience of being there, surrounded by God's creation over time. There's nothing like it. But here's the thing about riding solo first. You learn it. There is a lesson from that run that this year's riders get to cash in on. Iron Mountain Road only gives up its most famous view, Mount Rushmore, framed dead center inside those tunnels, if you ride it in one direction, south to north, the way Peter Norbeck designed it to be seen. If you ride it the other way, like I did last year, the presidents will be behind you the entire time. A lot of riders, me included last year, don't figure that out. This year's route is built around that lesson. We enter Iron Mountain from Custer State Park and climb it south to north, which means every rider on this run gets the framed tunnel shot, guaranteed by design. That's the headline upgrade over last year's video. That and dodging the worst rally traffic on the way back. And hey, if 2 group rides worth of moonscape badlands, granite tunnels, and a bison herd sound like your kind of content, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Full episodes of both rides with all of you guys in them will be dropping right here after the rally. And subscribing is how you'll see them. It's free and it genuinely helps the channel. So please, hit the button. Now, a few honest expectations so that nobody is surprised. Both of these are photography pace rides, not races. We stop a lot on purpose. Saturday's Badlands run has us back up to the chip by late afternoon. Thursday's Back Hills loop is all day long, back in the early evening. So keep Thursday night a little flexible. Fuel up before staging both days. In the riders meeting, I'll ask about fuel tanks. If anyone has a peanut tank, we'll have to make strategic stops for fuel. Saturday, we will make one group fuel stop leaving Rapid City. And that matters because after that pump, it's 110 miles of open prairie with only one gas station between there and Wall. On Thursday, we can top off in the morning in Hill City if we need to. So let me know the size of your gas tanks when you RSVP. I'll be asking for that a little later. Now, let's talk money because there are gates on both rides, and I don't want anybody to be surprised at either one. Saturday is $25, the motorcycle rate to get into Badlands National Park. Now, that's going to be good for 7 days. Listen close because this is a part that bites people. The Badlands gates are cashless, card only. No working card, no entry, no exceptions. Now, you can buy a pass online before Saturday, but I find that most people will wait and do it at the gate. Now, if you carry the America the Beautiful pass, it does cover the Badlands, so bring it. Thursday, you need to budget at least $30. $20 is the Custer State Park entrance license for a motorcycle. That's the motorcycle rate. And you can buy it right there at the entrance station, and it's good for 7 days. The other 10 is for parking at Mount Rushmore. The memorial itself is free to walk into, but the garage is $10 a bike. And yes, bikes pay the same rate as cars do. Now, if you are 62 or better, they only charge $5. If you're active duty military, parking is free. And that pass is good for a full year. So you could park there for a full year. So hang on to the ticket. One more heads up for pass holders. America the Beautiful, the pass, works at the Badlands. It does not cover Mount Rushmore parking. That is a concession lot, not a parking fee. So bring the $10 regardless. And then whatever you budget for meals is up to you. I have no idea what you'll order.
What do you want?
So budget at least $20 for ride 1 through the Badlands. That's minimum if you don't want to eat. And then if you go on Thursday, budget at least $30 to cover that. Minimum if you don't want to eat. Again, you're probably going to want to eat. You're probably going to want some ice cream.
Ice cream!
Now, one thing to note, and I really don't expect this to be a problem. We regroup at every stop. So nobody gets left behind and nobody has to ride faster than their comfort level. But if you know that you're going to be slow, be towards the back. Not that we'll be going fast. We want to cruise, enjoy the ride and the scenery. This is not a crotch rocket race through the hills. But just the same, slower traffic needs to go in the back. Matter of fact, if you haven't yet watched my group ride video, do so. It's right here. It will tell you exactly how things are going to be run from an educational standpoint. Now, separate from subscribing, if you're planning to ride with us, let me know. Shoot me an email. The address is down in the description. It's info@graybeardbiker.com. Now, even easier, send us a message on any of our social media. And while you're there, go ahead, hit that follow button because, as I said earlier, social media is where this ride is going to live between now and the ride itself. Updates daily, any weather calls, where to find us at the Buffalo Chip, anything that shifts, our socials are going to be the first place that you will hear it. Don't forget to also let me know what size tank you have. I know not everyone has a touring bike. Now, comment, message, or email, or all three. Let us know what ride you're in for. Saturday, Thursday, or both. That head count is how we know how many kickstands will go up at 8 o'clock. So, that's the invitation. 2 of them. Saturday, August 8th, the Badlands, Wall Drug, and a Poker Chip. Thursday, August 13th, the Black Hills Loop, ridden in the correct direction. Needles Highway, Wildlife Loop, and Iron Mountain Road. 8 a.m. both mornings. Camp Easy Ride at the Buffalo Chip. Come for one, come for both. Either way, come and meet us. And I'll see you there if not before. Come up and say hi. Until then, stay free. Keep it shiny side up.